Hello, everyone. Welcome to Purpose, Power, and Pleasure, another dynamic, amazing conversation with Tanisha
and Malia.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We are so excited for our discussion. And again, my name is Tanisha Camillo Sheffy, and I am founder and director of Living Art Boston and Made Incubator, a dynamic platform that really promotes exposure and access and opportunity for small businesses and creative businesses here in the city of Boston. Malia.
Hi, and I'm Malia Lazu, and I run Sunflower Spa, a startup that's a platform connecting women who are looking to rediscover the magic in their lives with the practitioners and experts who can help them do that. And I'm so excited to be on this Girl, this is our 4th episode, and we finally have music.
I know, I love it. That's why I was like, oh, let me dance, okay? I love the music. It makes me want to dance. I love it. Oh my goodness, Malia, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I did Let's Go Vegan. Her name is Chantel. So I am not a vegan.
Me neither,
but
no.
I am trying to live a healthier lifestyle, which does require eating more vegetables, less meat, this sort of thing. And so Let's Go Vegan is this woman-owned business, Black woman-owned business. Shout out to Chantel. And she makes like different herbs, different cleansers, but she also has videos on just how to become vegan, right? Like, because she understands, like, we're not all like, oh, yay, I make bacon for snack, girl. Like, I will eat bacon for snack. So, getting there is a journey, and I'm not there yet. But she was doing an herbal infusion, like, recipe class and teaching us how to make different herbal infusions. And yeah, I was thinking we have to have her on the show.
I was gonna say we need to have her on the show and have her do some demonstrations with us. We need to eat while she's doing it. Like all the things. Like my mind automatically went there because my mouth is watering.
Exactly. And so it was like 2 hours of being with it was online and being with other folks who are trying to. And there was a lot of women dealing with perimenopausal. And so one of the things that she said was, first of all, the tea bags, like, it's not enough herbs. Like, you need like an ounce of herbs. And like a tea bag is like 2 grams, 3 grams of herbs. Right. So it's like if you do tea bags, just put a bunch in. And do less water, so you can have more of the concentration. But then the other thing she said, because she and her son, like, she learned this with her son, like, they went out and they learned how to forage. And she was saying, like, the things that are most common in our area, like dandelions, red clover, those are actually staples of things we need. She's like, Mother Nature makes no mistakes.
Yes.
Right? Like, it's common because we're supposed to be eating it a lot. So it was such a great class. I really enjoyed it. Everyone check out Let's Go Vegan. And Chantel, and we'll put I'll remember to put the link in the comments so you guys can check her out. But how was your weekend?
It was good. My weekend was good. I actually caught up a lot on work. I did. I caught up a lot on work, some things that I've been putting off because in my organization, we're nonprofit. So like I write all of our proposals. All the grant funding, everything.
Bottle washer. Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot. And so there's a lot of things that I've been like putting off because it takes so much time and energy, but I was able to get a lot of those things done. And then I also did a bar class. Have you ever done bar?
I have done bar.
I have amazing
everywhere you want it to hurt. It's like,
it really does. And it works out the muscles that you never even knew that you really had. It's like, oh my God, why is that hurting? Like, it works out every muscle group, and it's so, oh my God, it's just incredible. It's amazing. And the instructor is so amazing. So I was able to do that on Saturday morning. And then I got right into work after. I went for a walk too on Sunday. Yesterday was beautiful.
Oh my God, this whole
Beautiful.
weekend, we were so lucky.
The weather was so nice. I was like, oh my God, the weather's so nice. So just got out and enjoyed nature and just caught up on some things. So it was really, really good. Really good.
Yes, yes. And good for you for taking the time, going to a bar class.
Yes. Oh, yes. I love bar. Like, and I love it because it's low intensity too, but it works all the areas. So
But
sometimes
you
I don't
feel
want
it.
to be high intensity all the time. And so I love the
No,
fact it's low
this is what
intensity.
exactly. I like
Yeah.
low intensity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I don't I if I lift weights, it'll be very light weights
Yes.
because I don't want to injure myself. And I'm also like
Exactly.
not trying to like, I mean,
Be a
at the end of
bodybuilder
the
or
day,
anything. You just want to stay
exactly.
in
Like
shape.
I just
Yeah.
want to tighten up. This
Yeah.
is why I started doing Pilates because at the gym, all the young girls with six packs were coming out of the Pilates.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I was like, oh,
Pilates is
let
another
me
one.
pop into
Yes.
this Pilates class.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I keep missing the Pilates class because it's like 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting up for
Oh
that.
no.
Absolutely not. It's way too early, but I do know the instructor, and she's like, Tanisha, come at 5:30. I was like, Vicky, I'm telling you right now, you will never see me because I'm
No,
not
but say, can you
5:30.
do
No,
something at noon? Like help
I
like
know.
this is why I joined Equinox because they have so
Mm.
many classes throughout the
Yes, they
day
do. Yeah, yes. Equinox
that
has.
you can pick.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need a class. Like if I work myself
Me
out,
too.
I will not
No. And it's like it
I
becomes
will never
boring
break
for
a
me
sweat.
too. I love working out though. That's the thing. Like I love working out, but it has to be instructional. Like I have to get like it has to be very like I have to get like an instructor. I have to like know what I'm doing when I go there. Like I don't want to just like go there and be like, okay, what am I going to do today? Because then it's going to become very
Right.
boring for me.
No, it'll be
No.
boring and I don't push like I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do it the treadmill for
Yeah,
cardio.
exactly right. I just get on the
Like I just
treadmill.
don't.
Yeah, no,
Mm-mm.
we're the same. We're the same. We are definitely the same because like I need to go to the gym and like have some accountability. I like with other people in the class too. A lot of other people don't like really like classes. Malie, I don't know where you just went, but here
I
you
just hit
are.
the button. I was just practicing.
I love it. I was like, I don't know where you are, but I'm gonna keep talking.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, it was a really good it was a good week and a good weekend. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, it's Monday morning and we were really smart. I love starting my week with you
Yes,
and just
me
thinking
too.
about our audience and how we're all starting our week and
Hmm.
I just wish us all an amazing Monday and we
Yes.
start off with our question of the week. So, the way I do these questions is like maybe like something might come up, like
Hmm.
with like girlfriends or something, right? Like,
Yes,
please, audience, send in your
please
questions.
do.
And then I'll just look through like all the different, girl posts and Reddits and everything and be like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
So I found this question, Dear Abby, shout out to Dear Abby. And I saw this and I was like, I would divorce this man. And then I realized this is why, like you can't do that when you're married, right? Like you have to
Hmm.
try to work it out. Like, but so this is the question, Tanisha. This
Yes.
is for
Give it
you.
to me. Give it to me.
Because, she's been married. She must be a little older than us. She's been married for about our age, but still.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
So this woman is in a marriage 49 years, ups and downs as all marriages do.
Right.
The husband makes hurtful jokes in public. He criticizes like her eating habits. And when she expresses she's hurt, so good for her, she expresses it. He
Uh-huh.
dismisses those feelings, saying that you're too sensitive or you act just like your mother, which
What?
leaves her in tears sometimes. How should she handle this? So I'm going to put you on spotlight now, girl, and you give us
Mm.
the answer.
Okay, so first of all, the fact that, and Malia, you left me again, but it's okay. So, first of all, I think that because he's continuously putting her down, there's something there in this relationship where I feel like, she's allowed him to get away with too much and say too much. And so now he just feels like he can just kind of bully her and say things to her, and she's not going to say anything to him. And I feel like that is also something showing that he has a lot of insecurities as well, to come down on your wife and to make these comments and say these things to get the attention off of you. So I feel like he's a very insecure man. But also, she literally, they've been, I think you said 48 years they've been married, and this still is happening and it's continuous, and he's not stopping. There's a deeper issue there. So I would seek counseling, and if it's something that a counselor can't do, I would definitely just leave him and just move on, because obviously she's not happy about it. He's not willing to fix it. And so sometimes you just move on and you grow apart. And when that other person is not pouring into you, he should be, if anything, pouring love into her, speaking life into her, not putting her down and all those other things. And so I just feel like that is just like disgusting. And I feel like if that's something that he can't fix in counseling, because he needs counseling, if he can't fix that in counseling, then we no longer need to be together to make this work. Like I couldn't be with someone like that. You're a mute.
Sorry, I was trying to find banners. I was swearing.
You're right.
And so, yeah, when you go to
That's
just you,
crazy.
no, I'm just playing with the editing and I'm just moving around. So you just
Yes,
keep
yes. We're
talking.
figuring this out,
We're
guys. Figuring
figuring
this
this
out.
out. We're figuring this out. I thought I was being dramatic because I was
No.
feeling like, how can you be with someone? Like, I wouldn't have a friend, like, I wouldn't have a friend like that, right? Like,
Yeah, no.
especially, like, I get maybe you
It's
make a
cringe.
joke,
Like,
you know what I mean? Like, maybe you're like, oh, yeah, da da da. But the minute I say, hey, Tanisha, when you said that thing, it hurt my feelings,
exactly.
you'd be like, "Oh my god, like, let me check myself."
Let me
You know,
acknowledge
like,
that, and
maybe
yes.
you come from a family of sarcasm, and so, like
Right,
and
and so
I
that's what I was thinking at first. I was like, maybe because there's some people that have this way about them where they're sarcastic, and they're like my uncle, he's someone that is, like, sarcastic. He is very, like, serious funny, but then, sometimes it's like, "Wait, were you serious about that? Wait, did you mean what you just said?" And so it's like he has that way about him, but he's naturally just like that. And so I was trying to, like, look at both sides of it, like, oh, is this his personality and she's allowed him
right,
to
and
do
it
this and
could
it's
be
taken
his
it too far?
personality,
Yeah,
but
and
once
maybe,
she said
but once
something
she says it, exactly, once she says it and he doesn't acknowledge her feelings in that, that's when there's a problem. And you need to seek counseling, and, like, why can't you stop doing this? And if you can't stop doing this and it's making me feel bad about myself or making me feel away, especially, having her cry and going through all those emotions, like, no, we're not doing this.
see,
No,
that's the other thing, and
absolutely not.
maybe so quick story time.
Mhm.
My the French boyfriend, you
Mhm.
remember the French boyfriend.
Yes.
When we broke up, like, he was like, "I'm moving out," like, da da da, and I was like, "Okay," because I think, I mean, I know I told you this story. I don't know if I told our listeners, but I was doing qigong and, like, I put out
Explain
this
to our
cleanse
listeners what Qigong is so everyone.
so qigong is like tai chi, but it's for, like, the internal.
Okay.
And so I did this qigong cleansing exercise that I had just learned earlier
Mm.
that day. And my instructor was like, set an intention, because you set an intention before you do the cleansing. And I set that intention. I said, what's going on with this relationship? He comes home that night and he's like, I'm moving out. So I was like, oh my God, you
Yay!
can't question the universe.
Right, that was the
Right? Like, you
universe.
cannot question the universe. So I just sat there. I was like, okay, when are you moving out? And he was like, I knew you wouldn't ask me to stay. Or he said something like that. And I just thought to myself, like, right, like, you will never get that. Like, Very few
Never.
people will get that. Like my
Yeah.
father got that. My mother will get that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Exactly.
friends who have loved, but like I just don't understand crying multiple times in front of you.
Right. Right. That's the thing for me. And I feel like a lot of people may have patience in that way where I don't have a lot of patience. So for me, it's like, okay, if you're not getting it like the first few times, and I'm saying this, there's gonna be an endpoint and it's gonna come very fast. Because
That's
I don't have a
true.
lot of patience for that, especially someone deliberately trying to put me down and to make me feel unseen and to all those things, like you're doing it deliberately. Like I don't have patience for that. And maybe
No.
some other people do, and like I just don't, and that's just me. But yeah, I think that's horrible, like horrible.
Right, like
Did it
you're
say
like
what she
yeah,
ended up
like
doing in that comment, or what you had read? Did she
say
end
it
up leaving
again.
him, or did the woman end up leaving
You
her
just said,
husband,
how should
or
I handle this?
oh, so she
You
needed,
know, and
okay.
I get like divorce is a big thing.
It
But you
is,
know
it's a
what,
big thing.
then do a separation for a little bit and be like,
Right.
you know what, and even
Especially
if
when
you
you've been
can't
married that long
afford
too.
to move out, I
Yeah,
know you got a girlfriend, you got a couple of places like where you can, be yourself and where
right.
you can have your eating habits
Right,
and
right,
be like,
exactly.
that's just Malia. She be eating fast. You know what
Right,
I'm
right.
saying? Like that's like, cause, and I guess like it's so jarring for me too, because, you know, we're both like, we surround ourselves, like we love on people, people love on
Yes,
us. So like,
yes.
it's such a foreign concept to think about living my life like that. But
It
yeah, so
is.
to anyone who might be in a relationship that is unconsensually me, because as I'm thinking about my Italian side and like, if we were to stop being
Very
sarcastic to
aggressive and
one
just
another,
right,
like,
right.
we would think we stopped loving each other, but, like,
Yeah.
there's also a ton of love, and if you did start to cry, they would stop,
Mhm,
right? Like, and then
mhm.
after you stop crying, they would probably call you a little bitch, but, like, they would at least let you get it together.
I
But,
could
like, so I
not.
don't wanna judge relationships, but
Right,
if you're in a relationship where someone is not respecting the fact
right,
that, and not even not respecting, saying you're acting like your mother, like, that is
right.
pushing buttons.
Oh, it's pushing buttons. Oh, absolutely.
Like,
He's
yes,
pushing her
seek
buttons.
counseling either by yourself or with your
Yep.
partner. And this is where also I think, like maybe bring up shifting the relationship. Like maybe they're taking advantage of you and maybe be like, you know what? Why don't we try seeing other people? We've been married 49 years
Mhm, mhm. See
and
how he
then see
reacts
what
to
he
that.
says.
Exactly. Mhm. And let us know about that.
Exactly. Be like, you know what? I think I need to go out and eat dinner with men who like my eating habits.
Exactly,
And you go
exactly.
find women with eating habits that
See,
you like.
that definitely would have been a response that I would have that I
Right?
would have responded with, because no, that's not happening.
No, 49 years? Now they
That's
didn't
not
say
happening.
they had kids, but I'm sure, if they that makes it, but so anyway, so if you're in just choose yourself,
Choose
remember,
yourself,
like,
please. Oh my
or work
gosh.
on if you can't, for financial reasons, you can't leave, you can't divorce right now, you gotta
Right.
save up some money. Work on compartmentalizing him,
Yeah,
meditating on, like, your affirmations,
exactly.
and saving that first and last.
Save yourself first.
Exactly,
Focus on
and, like,
yourself.
get
Like,
that, get your
yes.
little money saved so you can
Yep.
get a place somewhere while
Yep.
you figure it out, I mean, get
'Cause
creative, but,
mm,
um,
that's crazy.
I know, I was like, yeah,
That was a
thank
good
you, 'cause
one.
I thought I was being dramatic. I thought
No, please,
so,
no.
send in your questions, put them in the
Yes,
comments.
guys, please put them in the comments.
Or if you have a question that you don't want to be identified and you want to be anonymous, purpose power pleasure podcast at gmail.com. You can
Yep,
send us
email
a
us.
personal anonymous question and we will keep it anonymous. So the opposite of having a husband that doesn't support you is our topic for the day. The
Yes.
topic is pleasure.
Yes.
And I want to get started by saying pleasure is not just intimate sexual
Right.
satisfaction.
Right.
Although it includes that. And I think a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times that part of pleasure is so taboo.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to just give us a definition: a feeling of happy satisfaction and enjoyment.
Yes.
And obviously, like, there's a lot of reasons why we or not reasons why, but there's a lot of different kinds of pleasure. But
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, I feel like there's a real pleasure gap in America, like true pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also what has been identified as there is a pleasure gap in women. Again, not just sexually, but
Right.
we have less time and we give ourselves less permission.
Right. Yeah.
So how do you define pleasure?
Oh my
Like
goodness.
in your life? Because when I look at you, so let me
Yeah,
let me
yes.
drop
Tell me, Malia.
some.
Tell me, and then I'm gonna respond.
Exactly. And then I want
Tell
you to
me.
tell me how you see pleasure in my life, because I think
Yes, because I'm
it's
buttoned up
probably
today.
something
So
that, we need observation help with, right? Like,
yes,
but one of the reasons why when I was starting Sunflower Spa, you were one of the first friends I reached out to,
yes,
is because when I think about purpose, power, pleasure, when I think about pleasure, I think about your events. I think about your creations. I think
yeah,
about, you know, when I was doing what was it, the woman who means business or whatever. And we did so
yes,
everyone, as an aside, to talk about like pleasure. So I'm doing
yes,
this like BBJ profile, Boston Business Journal profile for women who
yes,
mean business. And they say, we're going to do a photo shoot with you dressed in work and then you
yes,
doing something you enjoy. So, Tanisha comes on board to help me
yep,
put together my look and everything. And
yes,
Vanity Loft is doing my hair. And, I'm so excited. So I have this fabulous, outfit for my suit is banging, blah, blah, blah.
yes.
And then for what I do for fun, it was like meditation, relaxing. Like I went down that route. So
Mm-hmm.
we have me in like a white t-shirt, jeans, chunky jewelry,
Yes.
candle. Like
You
Tanisha
had your
brought in this like
Buddha.
beautiful rug, right? A
Yes.
Buddha, like all this
It
stuff.
was so
When I
nice.
tell you the other women had pictures in their suits holding their sneakers,
Right, right. We completely went a different route. Okay. We were on a different road. We were on a
we did
different
2
road.
photo shoots that day. I brought in
We
hair and
went all
makeup.
out.
I mean,
Okay. All out. As we should. As
and
we
how
should.
much fun was that,
It
right?
was
Like,
so much fun. That brings me so
and
much pleasure.
I feel like, when I think of like aesthetics and beauty and
Hmm.
just enjoying fashion and
Yes.
being
Oh,
a
Malia, you got it.
woman and,
Oh, you got it.
like just that's how
Hmm.
I see now obviously, you also take joy in your family and,
Hmm.
but as far as like Tanisha, the woman,
Yes.
like, it's an aesthetic pleasure that I think you feast on.
Yes. Oh, you got me. You just got me together. Yes, Malia, you got it. You definitely got it. That actually brings me so much pleasure and joy, and it's a passion. Like I'm so passionate about creating and just being in spaces that are beautiful and creating beautiful things and convening and people and all the things. Like I am very passionate about all the things that you just mentioned, style, even home, like my home, like decor in my home and what it should look like, candles lit. Like I'm very, very much like that person. That brings me a lot of pleasure. If we're talking about pleasure outside of like like sex, um, that's definitely something that brings me a lot of pleasure. Like even when I go shopping, I get so involved. Like I can literally shop all day long. But this is the thing, it's not just about spending money for me. It's more of like, even if I go into a store and I'm window shopping, just the idea of putting things together and what that creation looks like after I am pulling this together, it gives me a feeling of not like, a full out orgasm, but it gives me like this rush to where a lot of times I put my phone on
Exactly.
silent.
The endorphins, the
Yes.
dopamine,
Yes, it gives me
all the
like,
stuff
"Oh, this is
that gets
amazing."
released.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? So like literally, if I wasn't in the job that I was doing now, like if I wasn't, running my businesses and things like that, I would definitely like my other dream job would be like fashion editor, like styling director, like that would be like my other incredible job that I would just like gag over
Oh,
because all the
absolutely,
things.
absolutely.
Yes.
And if ever I hit the lotto, that is what you will be doing.
Yes, yes, it is. And I still can
Because
do it now. I can be a contributor to something now, but it's
exactly,
just like
right, no, but now, but
brings me
no,
so much pleasure.
we would get it done,
Yes.
and I would be like, "Tanisha, we are building the Black Vogue, go."
Yes, yes.
Because,
I
like, I
love
would have
it.
so because, and this is why I say, like, me just enjoying your eye. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like,
Wow.
enjoying,
I
because you do
love
get
that, Malia.
pleasure
You've
out of
never
it.
said that to me before, and I love that.
Well, I'm so glad I'm saying it now, but you also see my
Yes.
joy when I'm at your events.
No,
I'm
you do.
like a
No, I
mom. I'm
do.
like
But
taking
also when you're at my
pictures.
events, I'm like, I'm everywhere. I'm being pulled in 1,000 directions. So I see it,
Exactly.
I'm
So
laughing
you're
with you
running
and I'm talking
around.
with you, but then I'm over here too. So it's
Right.
like,
And I'm always like, wait, Stan, let me get some pictures.
yes, yes,
And I always try to buy something from the designers,
yes.
like it's just, yeah, yeah. So
Everybody tells me too, like my sisters, my friends, like everyone was like, Tanisha, like you should be like an event planner. Like, cause I love planning events. Like I do events. And that's why I do them, is because I absolutely love bringing together people in a space and creating this beautiful experience. I love that. And I do it in my personal life too, like my kids' birthday parties, like other things that I'll do. Like my sisters will call me to like, help them with their events and things. Cause I absolutely love doing an event. Like the little pieces of it coming together. It's just like,
Well, listen, this is
I love
why
this.
we also have so much fun,
It really is.
because
Yes.
curating space is
Yes.
something,
Oh, I
creating
love that.
experience for people is something we love.
Love, 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 love. And for you, Malia.
Well, so I have a memory of us just this Martha's Vineyard so long ago.
Oh my
But
God.
that is one of my first pleasures, and that is
Yes.
dancing.
Yes. Yes. Me too. Yes.
And
Oh,
as we did,
and
because we got down,
we got
but
down.
I love dancing. Last week I was out dancing. I do this thing called Dance Party for One. And I used
Oh.
to do it with my cat, and Mary Jane would look at me like, "Oh my god." But I would just pick a genre, and, like, sometimes it would be, like, funk, sometimes
Yeah.
it would be disco, right? Like, it would be different genres,
I love
salsa, like,
that.
whatever it would be,
Hmm.
and I would just I just dance in the house like no one is watching,
Oh
and
my
that's what I was
God.
doing for a workout because I was so lazy to go to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's an excellent
Like,
workout.
so dancing, I think, and, I was
Hmm.
also like, when I was at Havana Club, like, dancing with someone who can lead and who can,
Yes,
oh
Malia.
my god, woo!
Yes. Oh my
I
God.
That brings me so much pleasure. Um, Going to the beach, like, I think, like, being from
Mm,
Hawaii, like,
yes.
being an
Being at the
island
water.
girl
Mhm.
is like, so I have a different kind of smile in Hawaii, and you'll see because 'cause we'll be recording these from Hawaii soon. Like,
Yes.
it's just my happy place, the beach, so
I wanna be
that brings me
there.
a lot of pleasure. Art, like, I'm
Mhm.
running out of wall space actually, like,
Yes.
in my house, and so, yeah, those are the things I feel like that bring me pleasure every day,
Yes, Malia.
and I think it's so important that we find, like you said, like, lighting a candle,
Mhm.
lighting sage,
Yes, the
like, these
smell.
little things, right, the smells,
Yes.
right?
Do
Like,
you experience this? And I wanna you guys listening, comment on this too if you experience this, but and I don't know if it's just me, but when it comes to smells and scents, it brings me back to memories. Like, so certain scents that I'll spray on, I'm like, "Oh my God, that just reminded me of my mother. It smells like, that
yes.
time we went to church and we were sitting here, we went for dinner. Like, it really brings me back to my childhood, some scents that I'll smell throughout my house. I'm like, that smells like my grandmother's house, like when I was doing this or that. Like, it literally like transports me back. And I'm like, is it just me, or do scents and smells do that? And it literally gives
They
me a
do.
feeling, an
And
emotion.
we don't use scents enough.
You
Like,
don't.
we
You don't.
use so many of our other senses and we overuse our eyes.
Yes, yes.
And scents are such an important, like when you have that smell of rain and it might
Yes.
bring
Yeah,
you
it
back,
brings you,
like cut
yes.
grass brings me always back to this moment in elementary school where the guy was cutting grass and it like came through. And I don't know if that was like my first time of being like, cut grass. I like
Right,
that
right,
smell.
right.
But like, so I think, yeah, let
But it
us
brings
know,
you
listeners,
back.
because I think it's right. But you smells bringing them in for pleasure. We were talking about
Yes.
last time, like a bath, like even just lighting a candle for a
Oh my
shower,
God,
lighting
yes.
some
Oh,
incense, just
yes.
bringing in those small pleasures every day.
Mhm.
And then, girl, there's the pleasure that we're too taboo to talk about.
Right. Which
So
we had
I
a really great time talking about in person at our event in March, which we're going to have again, our wellness event. But what were you
Yes,
saying
we
again?
did.
Just had to
And
plug
by
that
the
real quick.
way, I just want to shout out this sister. And of course, I forgot her name. And because my memory is working like that now at
Oh, mine
this
too.
stage of the game.
Mine too. Oh,
And but I was walking down Circuit Ave and she was like, "You're the pleasure lady." And I was like,
really?
"What?" And she was, "What's to give some of her
Oh, Malia.
sorrows?" And I was like, she was like, "I was at your event in Brighton." And I was like, "The Living Arts Boston." I was like, "Yes." And we talked
Yes.
about how amazing you were and how awesome the event
Oh, wow.
was. And, we were
Oh,
like, we're
I can't
definitely going
wait.
to be doing more things. And so
Oh,
I
yes.
was like, just make sure you stay on Instagram to be following and blah, 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 blah,
Mm-hmm.
blah. So
That's incredible.
hopefully, sis, you're watching this podcast. Shoot us a note, say hi.
Yes.
Um, but I want to just throw out a couple of stats. And these are stats from the Pleasure Gap and
Mm-hmm.
some interviews that, I was looking up. But 69% of women are not wholly satisfied, like are not satisfied with their sex life,
Right. Which is
including 62% of lesbians.
really, that is very shocking.
Yes. Now these are combined stats, being sexually satisfied on a spectrum, right? So if
Okay.
you look at when women start saying, you know, they're sexually satisfied
Mm-hmm.
some of the time and
Mm-hmm.
under is what just in case if anyone wants to do the citation, then we'll put some stats in. I
Okay.
also saw this other stat, 71% of women rarely orgasm.
71%.
So these stats for me, like
Wow.
part of the reason why I started Sunflower Spa was when I started seeing, I read The Pleasure Gap, like,
Yeah.
obviously me and my girlfriends are having our conversation. And I would say like for us, like our where we are not sexually satisfied is that we're single at a certain age where you're not like going to
Mhm.
go to Slade, shout out to Slade's
Oh, yeah.
on a Wednesday night and like pick someone up and bring them home, right? Like, you try
Right.
to keep up on the apps, but like it's hard to like keep up with the group chats on your girlfriends, right? Like,
Right, right.
so to get someone to have sex with becomes like
More
the
challenging.
but when you have it, you
Mhm.
know what to do and what to say to enjoy, right? Like, so I
Right,
can't
right, to
say,
enjoy it. Yeah.
and God bless, the people I've had sex with. Like, I'm not saying it's always been 100% of the time, like,
Right.
but, you know, I will give shout outs, right? Like
Right.
I
We'll get shot.
I haven't had a lot of selfish lovers, right? Like, so shout out to that.
Oh my god.
Um,
Yeah.
but this idea of when I saw that even lesbian women were not sexually
No.
satisfied,
That is
I
very interesting.
realized
Hmm.
that it's us. And I'm not trying to blame us. I'm trying to have like a sister girl
Yeah,
circle,
no, absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Are we in too much
just
in our
saying,
heads?
a,
You know, when in the moment, are we too much in our heads? Are we thinking about something else? Do we feel sexy? Do we feel all the things? I feel like there's a lot of things there that I'm thinking about that are coming to me, because I know for me, like after having children, you do not feel sexy. You do not feel like, oh my God, I just want to, do this right now because I just can't take, like, you don't feel those things. So if internally you're not feeling sexy and all of those things, you're not going to have the enjoyment that you typically would feel.
right.
So
Right.
I
And
think that,
even if your
a lot of that
partner
has
is
something to do with it.
trying,
Yes, and too, if you're not connected with your partner in a certain way either, because if you're not connected with your partner in a way, sex is just sex. I feel like for men, it's different. Like sex, they can have sex with anybody. They're not like emotionally connected. Women are emotionally connected. So if you're not emotionally connected to that person too, you'll be in your head about it. You're like, okay, when is this going to be over? And then you're done and you're not
right,
orgasming because you're not connected in that way. So I think for women, it's much deeper. Sorry, guys, but it
right.
is like,
No, it is. It is.
yeah.
And I think, and also guys are allowed, right? Like this
Hmm.
idea of men coming is like, I mean, that's their fucking, that what they, right? Like, oh, and I have kids, right? I
Right,
have
right, right.
this. And
Yes,
like they're able to talk about it like that. And I think
they
for
are. They
women,
are.
like we're not like, you know what, next week we're gonna bring in remember when I was reading to you on Facebook or Instagram, wherever I found it, where it was like, men, why you should be careful with women with that have high body counts.
Oh, yes,
And it was
yes,
like, because they'll
yes,
compare you to other men. Well, you know what? We
yes.
gonna bring that in
We're
next
gonna
week.
bring that in. We are definitely gonna bring
Hmm.
that in.
Or maybe we'll do a little short on it or something because it
That
was
is so
so
funny.
ridiculous.
I
But this
know.
idea of like, I'm not allowed to have a lot of partners. So then how do I explore? Like, you
Right.
learn pleasure by exploring yourself. I mean,
Yes.
if you were discouraged to masturbate as a child, which a lot of women are, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not never mind encouraged, but
Right.
they're not discouraged to they are
Hmm.
discouraged to masturbate, right? So
Yep.
now you might not even know what you like, or
Right.
you might like something and you heard that women aren't supposed to like that, right?
Right.
Like, so
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, or you're like, oh, well, if I tell him I want him to do this, is he gonna feel bad, right? It's like all of this
No.
patriarchy
Right.
stuff.
Oh my God. No, you have to speak up. You have to say what you like and what you don't like so that other person can make sure they're doing what you like. Like
And
it's just
here's a
it.
tip, ladies. Don't do it as part of the act.
Yes.
Like, and if you're a person, because like I'm a person where like foreplay has to start at dinner or foreplay has to start like
Oh,
at the
absolutely.
thing
Foreplay starts
before.
all day long from when
Exactly.
we, yeah, like foreplay needs to be all day long
Right. Like
yeah, absolutely.
flirty,
It's not just in the moment.
flirty,
Nope.
like,
Mm-mm.
we're
It's not just a
gonna do
moment.
all right. Like,
Right.
and so
Hmm.
those are the places where you can nicely give direction.
Yeah.
Like those are the places where you can be like, I cannot wait until you da 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 da. Even if
Right.
they never did that before.
Exactly. Yeah,
The minute you say it, they're
absolutely.
like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get
Right,
it like
right.
that. Like that.
It's so funny because me and Joel, my husband Joel, we have such open conversation about everything. And we talk about these things all the time. And like we talk about it, but we have a lot of friends and things like that that don't talk about these things, that don't, you know, and it's just for us, it's like, what? You don't talk about, like, we talk about everything and we get like very deep in like what our loves are and what we like and what we don't like. And we have these conversations like just normally. And so for me, it's like to not have that conversation with your partner, it's like, what? Why wouldn't you have that conversation? But I understand that some people don't do that. But I'm
Right,
very
and
open and
they
honest. You
might not
have to
have the
be.
words, right?
Yeah,
Because
you
you
have to
have
be.
the words, and I think for a lot of women, they're not given that chance,
Hmm.
and, it's why we have to normalize. I mean,
We
they didn't
do.
admit we had orgasms
Right.
until I think it was like the '70s or,
Hmm.
like, it's this idea that our sexual pleasure is something dirty, something shameful,
Right.
and
Right.
ladies, like, it's actually part of your magic.
Oh my God, yes.
And it's part of how you can create miracles. Like
Yes.
when you look at the history of all the goddesses, go around to any
Oh
continent,
yeah.
right? Any
Mhm.
continent. I mean, from
Yep.
Lilith to
Oh yeah, the Greek
Oshun
mythology. Oh yeah.
to, right, like
Yes.
they are sexual
Very sexual
beings
beings.
and they are
Yes.
also fierce,
Yep.
right? Like, and I mean, Dermavarti, this like goddess that I'm like learning about right now,
Mhm.
she was married to Shiva, so she's a widow goddess. And they call her a widow goddess because she was married to Shiva, but she got so hungry one day that she just ate him. And he
Ooh.
got mad and he
Mm.
left her.
I cannot. I am so done. Wow. Well, that's
Ravenous. I mean, she was
mm,
ravenous and and he was like, I ain't no
savage.
bitch now.
Right, right, exactly right. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Yes,
So
ladies, do
that's the
not be afraid
power.
to speak up and say what it is that you want, what what pleasures you have, what makes you feel good. Like, don't be afraid of that. And especially, so I will say that some women may have partners that don't want to receive that direction either. Like, oh, I'm not doing good enough. Oh, so you don't like this, you don't like that. And so they might take it offensively. And so, in those cases, you just have to really have, more and more conversations, more gentle conversations, I guess, to kind of get them, to say, don't take this personal, but this is what I like. And you're not doing enough of what I like. And yeah, do not be afraid to do that. Ladies, please comment. You guys, please leave your
Right.
comments
And
about
if
what you
you
feel
have
about that.
any lines, ladies, that you use
Hmm.
or ways that you do it,
Yes.
let us know. Or, even if we have male listeners, like if you
Yes.
have like give women encouragement, because what I'll tell you is from my male friends, and I mean, and I found it myself in my own interactions, but when talking to my male friends, like they're not anti-advice. And
Oh,
so,
not at all.
if
They
you
wanna
do
hear
find
it.
a man that doesn't want to learn how to please you, that's like back to this question that we had at the top of the podcast.
Exactly, exactly. We're going
I
back.
mean, get to counseling because I'm supposed to be
Yes,
with you forever in a monogamous
exactly.
thing,
And
and I can't
yeah,
tell you
I
what
need
I
to be
want you.
satisfied.
And I don't
Yeah,
care what it is. You know what I
exactly.
mean? Lick my
Mhm.
eyebrow. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
don't know why, but that
Ooh,
shit
look
turns me
fine.
on.
Suck my
Like I
toe.
don't know, like whatever it might be, like it can't be. I mean,
That is
well, we won't get
hilarious.
in. We got to have a purpose, power, pleasure after
Yeah, yeah,
dark.
we're
But
gonna
I
have a
had an
whole
experience once
yes,
where
we're
I
gonna
was
dive
so
into it.
surprised.
I know,
Like, well,
that's
I'll
very
just. I mean,
shocking.
come on, it's not. I had an experience once where this man licked my underarm in like the height of this amazing thing. Girl,
What?
it was hot as hell. Like, and I would have never, and it's never happened again. And I don't think it ever could. Right. It's never something I repeat. Like, I've never
Oh
asked
my
for that.
God. That
But
is
at the
wow.
moment,
He was into it. He said, Malia, you are
he
giving
was
me everything that I
giving
need, and I am
every
gonna show
part of
you.
me, and I was about to be licked down. Like, it was just this, like, and so, yes. Like, you
Wow.
never know. So you
That's
have to
insane.
explore. And
Exactly.
let's normalize all of our pleasures from fashion to art to
Yes.
candle to scents, right?
Yes.
Put on that lotion,
Hmm.
do it in front of a candle, do it in front of a mirror, girl, looking at yourself, giving yourself
Yes. You have
affirmations,
to.
like,
You have
and
to.
practice. And so
Mhm.
this leads us to our purpose, power, pleasure journaling,
Yes. Yes.
which is body scan.
Mm.
So, ladies, body scan. So, y'all remember, I think on our first episode, I mentioned I'm getting my certification in sex therapy. And so I'm almost done. I have 2 more modules
Oh
left.
my gosh, Malia,
And
that's
it's
amazing.
so fascinating because it's actually very similar to what we do in a certain way, like changing, like how you motivate your entrepreneurs in the incubator, right? It's like
Mhm, mhm.
changing people's behaviors so they could live their fullest lives, like helping
Yes.
people change their behaviors. We're not changing
Mhm.
anything, right? So I'm, so it's fascinating, but there's also these holes like, all of the user case studies are couples,
Got it.
monogamous, right?
Okay.
Like, so a lot of it is like, oh, me and my partner aren't having sex the way we used to. It's becoming a problem. Versus like, I'm a single woman. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how should I be thinking about sex, right? Like if it's not with
Wow.
someone. So there's a lot of holes. And so I feel like, we'll be learning. I mean, it'll
Mm-hmm.
help me figure out what we can help teach with Sunflower.
Yes.
But a big thing that they talk about is this body scan, ladies. So it's sort of like a meditation, and
Mm.
you just want to scan your body, just take a minute, close your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and scan your body as you're asking yourself a question. And so for this topic on pleasure, we're going to ask, where in your body do you receive pleasure? And so I did this as I was writing the question because I wanted to, model the behavior.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what I realize is like, I'm definitely a thinker, right? Like, I feel
Mm-hmm.
pleasure, but I also love to eat, and
Mm-hmm.
my mouth is another place. When I think about my body, I think I have like the typical erogenous zones that we all have.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like my back. Like I can feel, I love massage,
Mm.
right?
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
can mashing, right? Like I
Right,
like,
right. The mash.
and
Yes.
not my feet as much as one might think. Like I'm not like, I like my feet getting massaged, but
Mm-hmm.
like when I was body scanning, my feet didn't really respond. But what I felt was like certain parts of my body being like, me, I receive
Mm.
pleasure for
Mm-hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was like a
Yes.
nice little exercise. And again, you can take 15 minutes and you can talk to each body part, or you can take 5 minutes and just have that
Yes.
general scan. But
Mm-hmm.
pleasure, ladies, it's a part of our health. Like
It really
Dr.
is.
Lucy said, that it's a part of your wellness
It really is.
is pleasure. So, well, you know what this means? We're moving on to pleasure tea. And I know we were texting
Mm.
about the
Mm-hmm.
pleasure tea
We
that
have been
we're talking
texting.
about today.
Yes. Oh
Girl,
my
so you
goodness.
read it. Go ahead.
So first we'll start with P. Diddy because he was just sentenced to 4 years. And I think that is because a lot of the initial, you know, filings and the reasons why they put him in jail, they're not really finding a lot about the RICO charge and like all the
Right.
stuff that they.
He only got found guilty of the prostitution.
Right, right. So it's like, but I'm like 4 years. I think he should have got more than that, but whatever. But he went in the courtroom very, very cocky. Like he was smiling at everyone. The judge said, "Good morning, Sean," or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, good morning, judge." And they said he was very cocky in the courtroom. Like he felt like he had even booked speaking engagements this
I
week
saw
in
that too.
Miami.
Trash.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Like you're doing too much. You need to be in there for longer. Like you haven't learned your lesson. You need to be in there for longer. You're a pervert. But this is the thing though. I'm like, how did they not find more? Because I've seen interviews of people that worked with him, like personally, like outside of like the case, that have said all these things about him. But I feel like obviously if they have no hard evidence, and a lot of people are afraid to speak up too, because of their lives being threatened and things like that. So there's just like there's so much to it, but I'm just like, I think that that sentence is like, okay, you know, we'll see. We'll
That
see.
sentence is a perfect example of how money allows you to navigate the criminal
Yeah,
justice system.
absolutely.
Because
Yep.
and the other thing I think it highlights too is how much people in the US, not all of
Mm-hmm.
us, not us,
Right, right.
just hate women. And I
Yeah.
really think people
Yep.
really think that, and especially, oh, if you're a pretty girl and you're a rich guy, well, then it's transactional.
Right, right, right. You
So
know
then
what it
that
is.
means you should be allowed to get kicked in your head.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
it just, but this
It's crazy.
idea that like they didn't believe like
I
in this
know.
power dynamic when
Yeah.
they're either doing that power dynamic, like this power dynamic is very common, even with people who don't have a lot of money.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
mean,
So it's
that's why we didn't
scary.
have a lot of divorce when women couldn't get credit.
Right.
So, like this idea, I mean, she had what was it, a 10 record deal
I
with
think,
him, right? I
yeah,
mean,
something like that. Yeah.
right? Like, and you know
Yeah.
better than I do, right? But that's
Yeah.
ownership. He owned
Oh,
her.
absolutely. And it's not even just that. It was the fact that she was also dating him and abusing her and all the things. And she tried to go to people in his camp to help her, but obviously they're all, down for whatever he's doing because they're getting paid. They didn't want to speak up. So it took her so long to even just leave that situation like in one piece
Her
because it was
mama
very
got a
dangerous.
home equity loan. I mean, because I was following the case,
Oh,
girl.
yeah, me too. I was like, wow. I just,
And
it was just so
I was
sad.
just like,
It was so
absolutely
sad.
not. Absolutely not.
So sad.
So, you know what? 4 years. And I think they said, yeah, he has like 36 months left because they're doing the
Mhm.
time served. I
Yeah.
hope that's enough time for us to forget about him, so he
Right. I
can
mean,
come back with fanfare. So,
right. I mean, I feel like there's so much going on. We probably will forget about him because honestly, all the things that are happening, P.
and
Diddy.
that's what I hope,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
36 months of him being away, sort of like
Mhm.
Suge Knight, like,
Right,
like
right.
just
Is
like
Suge Knight still
you,
behind bars, by the way?
I think he is. I think
Okay, I
he
think he is.
is.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so
That's
that's
crazy.
so talking about doing better. My pleasure tea. Well, quick shout out pleasure tea. Bad Bunny on SNL. And until the Super Bowl, y'all,
Yes.
just whenever I can talk, whenever I can give Bad Bunny a shout out, I'm gonna give him a shout
Right,
out.
right.
Bad
Yes.
Bunny shout out. Loved the opening monologue. It
Mhm.
was
Loved
great.
it. Yes.
Keep going, Bad Bunny. But
Yes.
my pleasure tea is this Nicki Minaj and
Yes. Can we
Cardi
get
B mess.
into that? I just cannot. I'm like, where do I even start?
So for those who don't know, let's because
Okay, right, right,
and
right.
you,
For
you
those who
may
don't
have
know,
been lucky
please.
enough not to see it. And if you didn't see it, let us just be your little briefing because we're not going to be reading things out.
Right, no.
But basically, Nikki felt a way about Cardi releasing her album and getting fanfare and
Mhm.
whatever. So she started it and she came for Cardi.
Yes.
And then Cardi responded. And it eventually devolved into these two grown, successful women
Yes.
insulting each other's
Insulting each
children.
other's children. It is on another level. It's so low. It's like, what are we doing, girl? Like, just write a diss track, but why include the children in it? Like, why are we doing that? It's
Right.
so
And
crazy.
monkeys and wrote like so Nikki called, I mean, first of all, culture is one of the cutest things. The
He's
joy
so cute.
I get.
So cute.
And not that Papa Bear's like everyone's cute. We love seeing your kids.
Exactly. Yes.
Like,
Everyone's cute.
part
The
of
fact
what we
that,
love about you all is watching you all be a mom, and
right.
Cardi, you obviously love being a mom because 'cause you're doing it again. So
Yes.
be a mom, be a successful mom, because 'cause
Exactly.
you're also successful, so go to therapy for your anger.
Yes.
And then Nikki ended, and this is the other thing,
Mm.
by, like, rebuking the devil in Cardi and talking about how she's, like, whatever, she has the power of Christ or whatever.
Yeah.
I had a spiritual teacher tell me once that the scariest thing that could happen is your ego aligning with your spiritual journey.
Oh, wow.
That's
That's
how
that's
cults start,
powerful. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That
right?
is
Right.
powerful. Yes.
And so seeing this all of a sudden, you're directing the Lord, like you're
Mm.
directing God, and you have the power of it's
It's
just,
crazy. It's
yeah,
insane.
it's
Like
it's
when I saw
heartbreaking
that,
to see.
it was crazy. And she brought in a lot of people. So she's angry. Nikki's very angry with a lot of people in the industry that have done her wrong, like Jay-Z, she mentioned. She mentioned um the Breakfast Club crew. There's like 25 people she like has brought into this, and I think that she's not feeling relevant. I really do. I think that she's not feeling
listen,
relevant, and
that's
I think that
hard,
she's trying to use
sis.
Cardi to build that
Right,
relevance.
or right.
Yeah,
And like it's
and
gotta
using her
be
kids.
hard.
That's so
Like it's
crazy.
gotta be hard. You know, like we
Yeah,
all, as you get older, you see the relevance, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
you become relevant in other ways.
exactly,
Like that's what and you all are rich. Like I'll tell you
exactly,
right now, you would not know about Malia and Tanisha outside of our fashion magazine if
exactly.
we ever hit the lottery. Like I
No,
can't imagine being rich and
right.
fighting with another rich woman publicly in Twitter.
It's crazy, insane,
I just
and the
don't.
way that they're
So, I
doing it too.
mean,
It's
I
so
enjoyed it. I mean, you know, it
disrespectful.
was pleasure tea because it was a great distraction
Oh yeah,
from the rest
absolutely.
of the world. But in my pleasure tea, I want to say, ladies, let's let's love each. I mean, and we can even talk shit about each other, but have the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Please, ladies, have the floor.
Yes,
So that's our tea
that is definitely our tea
for the
today.
week.
Yeah,
Our show, ladies. And we are trying to talk to the ladies though,
we are, but we
unapologetically.
include the men too
But
because
you're right. So the
we have
men
some men,
are our
amazing men.
allies,
Yes,
and
absolutely. And you
if you
guys
feel a
chime
way that
in.
I'm saying, ladies, maybe you shouldn't be listening. But you know, we always end with
Yes,
an affirmation.
yes.
So
I have
the
an oval.
affirmation for today is I am grateful for my body and
Mm,
all it does for me.
I love it. And I have one
And
too today.
oh, yes. Wait, let me put it back up.
I have one. I have one. I have one. This one is really, really good. I have so many, but this is one of them. So I am a magnet for unlimited abundance, success, and opportunities. Okay. Love it.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to have to say goodbye now because we have an outro, sis, that I'm about to play.
Yes. Yes.
So follow us.
Yes,
You see
guys.
our stuff below. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day.